Nestled amidst towering redwoods and shrouded in perpetual mist, Emberwood seemed like a scene from a fairy tale. Its quaint cottages, cobblestone streets and the gentle murmur of the Ember River created an idyllic facade. But beneath this charming exterior lay a secret, a darkness as old as the town itself. The townsfolk, with their piercing gazes and unsettling smiles, were guardians of this secret. They were bound by tradition, by fear, and by the flickering flame that resided in the heart of the town. This was no ordinary flame, it was the eternal flame, the lifeblood of Emberwood and the source of its unspeakable power. Every year, on the eve of the summer solstice, the townspeople gathered for the festival of the eternal flame. It was a time of celebration, of sacrifice, and of renewal. Garlands of wildflowers adorned every doorway, their vibrant colours a stark contrast to the town's sinister undercurrent. The festival reached its climax with a ritualistic dance around a bonfire, its flames reaching towards the heavens. The townspeople, their faces illuminated by the dancing firelight, chanted in an ancient tongue, their voices echoing through the valley. This was no ordinary festival, it was a pact, a blood oath, renewed each year to appease a power best left undisturbed. Drawn by the town's enigmatic charm, Alex, a writer seeking inspiration, arrived in Emberwood on a crisp autumn afternoon. He had heard whispers of ancient rituals and a flame that never died, stories that sparked his imagination. Armed with his notebook and a thirst for the unknown, he rented a room at the town's only inn, the Whispering Willow. The innkeeper, a woman with eyes as cold as the river, greeted him with a disconcerting smile. Her words were laced with a warning, a subtle hint that some secrets are best left buried. But Alex, blinded by curiosity, dismissed her words as mere superstition. He was determined to uncover the truth behind Emberwood's legend. Days turned into weeks as Alex immersed himself in the town's rhythm. He spent his days exploring the surrounding woods, captivated by their ethereal beauty. Yet a sense of unease lingered in the back of his mind, fueled by the townspeople's evasive answers and the strange symbols he found etched into the ancient redwoods. One evening, while nursing a drink at the Whispering Willow, Alex overheard a hushed conversation. Two townsfolk, their faces obscured by the dim light, spoke of a sacrifice, of a young woman chosen to appease the eternal flame. Their words, laced with fear and fanaticism, sent a chill down Alex's spine. The stories he had dismissed as mere folklore were true. Driven by a need to know the truth, Alex ventured into the forbidden part of the woods. Guided by instinct and fueled by a growing sense of dread, he stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood an ancient altar, its surface stained with what looked like dried blood. The air was heavy with the stench of decay and fear. Hidden beneath the altar, concealed by overgrown vines and the passage of time, he discovered a stone staircase leading down into the earth. With a pounding heart, Alex descended into the darkness. The air grew colder, and the smell of damp earth filled his nostrils. He emerged into a vast chamber, its walls adorned with macabre murals depicting scenes of sacrifice and ritual. In the center, a single torch flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced across the chamber's walls. This was the heart of Emberwood's dark secret, the ritual chamber where the town's sinister pact was renewed. As Alex emerged from the chamber, he was met by a pair of piercing blue eyes. It was Sarah, a young woman he had often seen tending her flower garden on the outskirts of town. Sarah, her voice trembling, revealed that she was to be the next sacrifice to the eternal flame. She had overheard Alex's questions at the inn and knew he was different, an outsider untainted by Emberwood's darkness. Fear hung heavy in the air, but Sarah's eyes held a spark of defiance. She refused to be another victim, another sacrifice to the town's twisted beliefs. With a desperate plea, she begged for Alex's help. Bound by a sense of justice and a growing horror at what he had uncovered, Alex vowed to help Sarah escape. They knew their time was short. The festival of the eternal flame was fast approaching, and with it Sarah's fate would be sealed. Under the cover of darkness, they slipped out of town, their footsteps muffled by the soft earth. The forest, once a place of tranquility, now seemed menacing, the ancient trees watching their every move. The distant sound of chanting echoed through the trees, a constant reminder of the danger they were in. Their escape was short-lived. The townspeople, alerted to their absence, were in hot pursuit. Armed with torches and fueled by fanaticism, they descended upon the forest like a pack of wolves. The sound of their chanting grew louder, their footsteps heavy on the forest floor. Through the dense undergrowth and across treacherous ravines they ran, the sound of their pursuers closing in. Fear lent speed to their flight, but the forest seemed to conspire against them, its tangled roots reaching out like grasping claws. They emerged from the forest into the clearing, the ancient altar looming before them like a spectre. The townspeople had them surrounded, their faces contorted in a mixture of fury and fanaticism. The leader, a wizened old man with eyes like burning coals, approached Sarah, a ceremonial dagger glinting in his hand. Alex, fueled by adrenaline and a desperate need to protect Sarah, lunged at the leader. The dagger clattered to the ground and a struggle ensued. In the chaos, Sarah, remembering the torch in the ritual chamber, grabbed a burning brand from a nearby torch and hurled it at the altar. The flames caught quickly, engulfing the ancient altar and spreading to the surrounding trees. The townspeople, their ritual interrupted, watched in horror as their sacred ground was consumed by fire. The eternal flame, starved of its sacrifice, flickered and died, plunging Emberwood into darkness. Alex and Sarah, their faces lit by the inferno, watched as the town that had harbored such darkness burned. They knew they had escaped a terrible fate, but the memory of Emberwood, of the ritual, and of the people trapped in its thrall would forever be etched in their minds. They vowed to share their story, to warn others of the darkness that can lurk beneath even the most idyllic facade.